네, 한인분들 많이 거주하는 곳이죠. 남가주 얼바인시의 최초 한인 여성 시의원입니다. 오늘은 태미김 얼바인 시의원과 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저희 시청자 여러분들께 우선 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 얼바인 시의원 태미김입니다. 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. 최초 한인 여성, you're the first Korean American Irvine councilwoman. How's it being like the first?
I'm actually really proud to be the first Asian American female, East Asian American female elected to the Irvine City Council. I think it's time that we have the deserved representation in Irvine.
Right. And we know many stories about you, but I would like to hear more about your personal background. Were you born here? What was your childhood like?
So I was actually born in Korea. And came to the United States with my family when I was less than 1 year old. So we came a long time ago, and I actually grew up in Michigan. And then from there, I went to college in Michigan, and then my family, right during high school, moved to Baltimore, Maryland. And so that's where my whole family is now. And in my 20s, I came out to California, mainly for work opportunities in my 20s, and lived in around Koreatown, and then moved to Orange County.
And you served as a director of Irvine King Sejong Institute, right?
Yes, actually, I founded Korean American Center.
Oh.
So I'm the founder and the executive director, and with the Korean American Center, that became a designated Sejong Hakdang, and it became the Irvine King Sejong Institute.
I see.
Yeah.
That's why we chose this beautiful location
Yes.
today at Korean Culture Center.
Yes.
So what made you devote yourself to promoting the Korean language?
It was actually Korean language, Korean culture, and Korean American empowerment, basically, because as we move through the generations, and being a mom myself, and realizing as a second generation Korean American, having a third generation Korean American child, how are we going to continue our traditions? How are we going to continue a legacy of Korean American pride when the parents themselves can't really speak Korean very well, because we grew up in a time, in a place where we were subjected to English only policies. And so people my age and my generation who came to this country and maybe lived in different parts, maybe not in Los Angeles proper, but in different areas where they didn't have the opportunity to learn Korean, how can we then pass down our traditions, our culture, our ways as we move through the generations? And that was part of the impetus of forming Korean American Center with a group of like-minded people. But I didn't realize at the time, or none of us realized at the time, how do you?
Oh,
And the fact that, with the Korean wave and the popularity of Korean dramas, that people beyond Korean Americans were also interested in understanding Korean language and Korean culture. And that was really why we grew so quickly that I ended up leaving my corporate position and dedicating it completely to the nonprofit organization.
So from King Sejong Institute, how did you get into politics?
So one of the things that has always interested me is, just being active and engaged politically, and really, being in Orange County and seeing the number of Korean Americans and Asian Americans. I mean, we're the fastest growing population in Orange County, but seeing that we had really very little political voice. We had very little representation, and we had a lot of people who just didn't understand how to navigate through the political process. I became pretty active. I actually was part of Korean American Democratic Committee, became board member for that. for a while expanded into Orange County and also founded Asian Americans in Action, which is another political group really getting and amplifying the Asian American voice.
Right.
And but I never thought about being a candidate myself. That was never really of much interest to me. I just really wanted to help increase our political voice for Asian Americans and Korean Americans specifically. And you know, people told me, you know, you should run for office. And I said, no, I don't think I can. But I did, and you know, here I am. I was also one of the types of people that would speak out at city council meetings as well. And knowing that there really wasn't many people, especially in Orange County, that worked on campaigns, that could speak out at city council meetings or understood how to navigate through the process, it made sense for me to do it, because if not me, then who else would do it? And I tried to find people, I tried to help people, but I think you have to have you know, the perfect mix of experience, willingness, and enthusiasm in order to be able to do this, because it's hard.
Of course, yes. Maybe it's meant to be.
Yes, yes.
So you've been in office for the past 4 years?
Yes, so I was elected in 2020. I was actually, you know, a lot of people run for city council, especially in Irvine, and we've had, because of, you know, Kang Seok-hee and Choi Seok-ho, you know, we've also had a lot of Korean candidates win. And they realize very quickly that you don't just put your name on the ballot and then think you're going to win office. You have to do a lot of work. It does take a lot of work. And so I was really proud of the fact that in Irvine's history, I was the first candidate ever to be like a first-time candidate to win first place.
Oh, wow.
Most people actually they run a couple of times. So they're usually not a first-time candidate. So it's very rare to be elected as a first-time candidate, but it's extremely rare to also then come in first place.
Wow.
And so that was really exciting.
And what are the biggest accomplishments for the past 4 years in your office?
Oh my gosh, so much. I was elected really at the height of what I consider anti-Asian hate. It was the height of our social justice movement with Black Lives Matter and anti-Asian hate, which is something that as an activist in the Asian American community, I was working on even as a candidate, even before being in office. I actually took a pause from my candidacy to help promote efforts around anti-Asian hate and having cities pass resolutions condemning anti-Asian hate. So when I was elected, one of the first things that I did was establish the very first hate crime, hate incident portal that our city was accountable for in Orange County. And probably within the state, and having that hate crime, hate incident portal developed in multiple languages. Because the problem is when local police, they don't recognize that Asian Americans are being targeted, that they're being discriminated against, and they had no knowledge of it. And in the first year of the hate crime, hate incident portal, it launched. It was passed in January. It was launched in April of 2021. We had 77 incidents of hate incidents reported. And so I was really proud that we were able to do that. The other thing that I was able to do right when I was elected was help establish closer relationships with our police department, Irvine Police Department, and the Korean community by introducing them to the Consul General's office, to organizations like KALEO, which is the Korean American Law Enforcement Association, and also encouraging the hiring of more in-language Korean and Chinese officers to be able to work with the community. But additionally, beyond that, the work that I've done primarily around affordable housing in Irvine, and making sure that we provide housing for our working people, such as our teachers, our nurses, our firefighters, and making sure that they can live in Irvine. And, having Korean American Center and Sejong Hakdang, making sure even my own teachers, our 선생님, can actually live in Irvine, and their children can stay in Irvine.
I never thought like Irvine would need those affordable housing.
Yeah, we actually produce the most affordable housing in the entire county of Orange. We have the most, but we need to do more. And when we talk about being a safe city, when we talk about having a high quality of life, we have to make sure that it's a high quality of life for all of our residents. And that includes those who work there.
And you're running for mayor of Irvine. How's your campaign going?
Oh, the campaign is going really well. When I'm elected, I will be the first Korean American female directly elected mayor in the entire United States.
Entire United States?
Yes, of a major city.
Oh.
Yeah. And so this will be really exciting. We've had some rotational mayors. We've had some elected for smaller cities. But I hope to, be in that top 100 threshold. So that will be really exciting. But the campaign is going really well. We have major endorsements right off the bat. We had people like Judy Chu, Andy Kim has been great, super supportive, Marilyn Strickland, and of course my local Congress person Katie Porter, and of course Dave Min, who's our state senator, who's also running for Congress, has been really supportive of our campaign.
Lastly, do you have any words you want to share with the Korean American community?
잘 부탁드립니다. 꼭 찍어주세요.
시간 내줘서 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 제 개인적인 이유로 이번 회를 마지막으로 이재린의 인터뷰가 잠시 휴식기를 갖게 됐습니다. 많이 부족했지만 지금까지 시청해주신 분들께 감사의 말씀을 드리며 다음에 더 재미있고 흥미로운 콘텐츠로 찾아뵙겠습니다. 고맙습니다.